Have you ever had a deal that felt like a sure thing, only to suddenly hit a brick wall in the final week? One moment, your champion is ready to sign, and the next, an unnamed executive in IT or a procurement lead you've never met asks a question that resets the entire clock. It is a frustrating reality of modern sales. In the enterprise world, you aren't just selling to a person. You are selling to a crowd. The modern buying committee has grown larger and more cautious. While your primary contact might be enthusiastic, there are often hidden B2B stakeholders lurking in the background. These are the individuals who don't show up to the initial demo but hold the power to veto the entire project. How do you find them before they find a reason to say no? The answer lies in artificial intelligence. By using AI to analyze enterprise buying committees, high-growth teams are moving away from guesswork. They are using data to map out every seat at the table long before the contract is sent. The growing crowd, why buying committees are expanding. It is helpful to look at the numbers to understand why your sales cycle feels longer than it used to. Complexity is the new baseline. According to Gartner research, the typical buying group for a complex B2B solution involves 6 to 10 decision makers. Each of these people comes to the table with a different set of jobs to be done. They also come with different fears. The champion wants the tool to make their team more productive. The IT director wants to know if it will break their existing tech stack. The finance lead wants to know the exact timeline for ROI. Legal and compliance want to ensure your data privacy is airtight. When you only speak to the champion, you are leaving the other 80% of the committee to their own devices. This creates a consensus gap. Harvard Business Review points out a startling statistic. As the number of people involved in a purchase increases, the likelihood of a sale drops. A group of 5 stakeholders has roughly a 37% chance of reaching a deal. When that number climbs toward 10, the probability of no decision becomes your biggest competitor. AI helps you beat these odds by identifying those hidden B2B stakeholders early. It allows you to build a multi-threaded strategy that addresses the specific concerns of legal, IT, and finance simultaneously. How AI unmasks hidden B2B stakeholders. How does a piece of software know who is in a meeting better than a human? It comes down to pattern matching across massive data sets. AI doesn't just look at who you are talking to. It looks at who you should be talking to based on thousands of similar successful deals. 1. CRM history and interaction mapping. Your CRM is a goldmine of digital breadcrumbs. AI tools can scan years of historical deal data to find commonalities. If every successful deal your company has closed in the enterprise space eventually required a security review from a Chief Information Security Officer CISO, the AI will flag that role as a likely stakeholder in your current open deal. If that CISO hasn't been engaged yet, the AI alerts the sales team. It moves the process from reactive to proactive. Instead of waiting for the CISO to pop up and stall the deal, you can invite them to a security-focused briefing 3 weeks earlier. Number 2. External data signals and intent. AI also looks outside your internal systems. It tracks intent signals across the web. For example, if you are selling to a major retail brand and your main contact is a marketing manager, the AI might notice that a director of procurement from that same company is suddenly researching your category on G2 or LinkedIn. This is a clear signal that a hidden stakeholder is active. By identifying these hidden B2B stakeholders through their digital footprint, your team can tailor outreach specifically to them. This is far more effective than sending a generic follow-up to your primary contact. 3. Analyzing the shadow committee. In many organizations, there are influencers who don't have a formal title on the committee but carry significant weight. AI can analyze social proximity and organizational charts to see who your champion reports to and who they collaborate with most frequently. This account research at scale is what allows smaller, high-growth teams to compete with global giants. Beyond point-based lead scoring. For years, sales teams relied on simple point-based lead scoring. A lead gets 5 points for an email open and 10 points for a white paper download. But in an enterprise environment, this method is outdated. It focuses on the individual, not the account. AI-powered lead scoring looks at the collective heat of an account. It recognizes that if 3 people from the IT department are all looking at your API documentation, the account shows high intent, even if none of them have filled out a Contact Us form yet. This transition from lead-centric to account-centric scoring is vital for navigating buying committees. When you understand the behavior of the entire group, you can stop chasing low-value leads and focus on the accounts where the hidden decision-makers are already showing curiosity. This is the core of Pipeline on Autopilot, using AI to ensure your team is always working on the deals with the highest probability of closing. The role of the modern sales development representative, SDR. The role of the SDR is changing rapidly. It is no longer just about making 100 dials a day. It is about prompting and strategy. With AI handling the heavy lifting of stakeholder mapping and account research, the SDR can focus on the human element. Imagine an SDR who receives an AI alert. A hidden stakeholder in finance has been viewed your pricing page twice today. They recently posted on LinkedIn about cost-cutting measures in cloud infrastructure. The SDR can now craft a message that is direct, approachable, and highly relevant. Instead of a just checking in email, they can send a value-driven note. I noticed your team is focused on cloud cost optimization. Here is a brief look at how our platform helped a similar firm reduce their infrastructure spend by 15%. This is how you build trust with the hidden B2B stakeholders who usually view sales reps with skepticism. You are providing them with the exact data they need to justify the purchase to their peers. Scaling personalization across the committee. One of the biggest challenges in enterprise sales is personalization. How do you keep 10 different people engaged without spending 20 hours a week writing emails? This is where AI-driven content orchestration comes in. AI can help you multi-thread your outreach. While you are having a high-level strategic conversation with the VP of Operations, your AI tools can be sending technical case studies to the IT lead and compliance certifications to the legal team. This ensures that every member of the committee feels seen and that their specific concerns are addressed. According to the Demand Gen report, 71% of B2B buyers say their purchase process is very complex. By simplifying that complexity through targeted, automated communication, you become a partner rather than just another vendor. Solving the no decision problem. The most common outcome of an enterprise deal isn't a no, it's no decision at all. The committee fails to reach an agreement and the project is shelved. AI helps prevent this by identifying consensus gaps. If the AI notices that the IT team is highly engaged, but the finance team has gone silent, it signals a potential bottleneck. You can then proactively address the financial ROI before the committee meets to make a final decision. You are effectively coaching your champion on how to sell your solution internally to the people you haven't even met yet. A practical example, the security gatekeeper. Let's look at a real-world scenario. A high-growth software company is selling a new data analytics platform to a Fortune 500 company. The champion, the head of data science, very active. The hidden stakeholder, the chief privacy officer, CPO. Usually, the CPO only appears at the very end of the deal to review the contract. They find a tiny issue with data residency and stall the deal for 4 months. With AI, the sales team sees early on that this Fortune 500 company has a strict history of CPO involvement in every SaaS purchase. The AI flags this hidden B2B stakeholder in week 2. The sales rep sends a proactive security and privacy fact sheet specifically designed for CPOs. When the deal finally reaches the legal review stage, the CPO says, "I've already seen their docs. We're good to go." That is the power of using AI to analyze enterprise buying committees. It removes the friction that kills deals. The competitive advantage of AI research. High-growth teams don't have the luxury of unlimited time. They need to move fast and be precise. Manually researching 10 people for every target account is impossible to scale. AI changes the math. It can summarize LinkedIn profiles, analyze recent company earnings calls for key themes, and even check a stakeholder's recent public appearances or podcasts. This gives the sales team a cheat sheet for every member of the committee. When you know that the hidden IT director is obsessed with zero-trust architecture because they spoke about it at a conference last month, you can weave that terminology into your technical conversations. It creates an immediate sense of alignment and expertise. Direct and approachable, the future of sales. The future of sales is not about tricking people into a meeting. It is about being so well informed that your outreach feels like a helpful suggestion rather than an interruption. By using AI to identify hidden B2B stakeholders, you are respecting the buyer's process. You are acknowledging that their organization is complex and that you are willing to do the work to meet their specific needs. This builds a level of trust that a cold call could never achieve. Building your AI-powered sales engine. As we have seen, the enterprise landscape is only getting more crowded. The teams that thrive today and beyond will be the ones that embrace data-driven insights to navigate these groups. They will stop being surprised by hidden blockers and start anticipating them. At Aspiration Marketing, we specialize in helping high-growth teams bridge the gap between their sales goals and the reality of the complex B2B buyer's journey. Whether it is deploying advanced tools like the Breeze prospecting agent to accelerate your pipeline, or refining your CRM strategy to map out stakeholders more effectively, we focus on making your sales process more intelligent and more human. In a world where buying committees are growing, you don't need a bigger sales team. You need a smarter one. Are you ready to see who is really in the room? Let's start mapping your next big deal today.